Celebrating over 123 years of Western history. Just glad to have y'all here today. While we're talking about that, let's find out from where you're from. If you're from Fort Worth, give me a big yeehaw. Okay, we got a few of us, okay? How about another city in Texas? Give me a yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Right, sounds good. Well, while we're at it, how about another state in the United States?
Yeehaw.
Cool, cool. We got anybody from another country here today? Where are you from? Brazil? London. You had a long drive this morning, didn't you? Glad you made it on time. Well, that's great. Well, folks, in a few minutes we're going to be having our world famous cattle drive. See, down here, I want you to remember one thing. You're not a tourist, okay? We don't do that here. That's not how we roll. In fact, you're a guest, and we want to treat you as such. Of course, we also want to take care of you, so let's talk about safety. In a few minutes, when these longhorns get on the street, the grounds crew will ask you to stand up, okay? It's perfectly all right to be on the edge of the curb, just remain standing. See, these longhorns can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. Step on your foot, it's going to hurt, right? So if you're on the edge of the curb, please remain standing. They're also very curious animals, okay? So if they out, they'll come over and want to see what's going on. So we ask you not to bend down or put your foot out in the street. Of course, do not run across the street because they'll want to run up and see you. Now, that might be all right for you, but your neighbor gets our horn in their ear, okay? So it's only for safety that we ask you to do that. Now, folks, we're going to have a great day today. Let me give you a few things to ponder this morning. First of all, if you're down here, my old granddaddy said, you know, if you don't have a picture, it probably never happened. So one of the first things you want to do this morning is go over here, find one of these longhorns, okay? Climb up on them. Normally it costs you $5 to get up there, but I heard today they got a special on. It's only $2 to get up, right? $3 to get down. I haven't done the math, but anyway, it sounds like a good deal anyway.
I'm recording.
Also, we got a lot of great things going on. Over here, you see the livestock exchange building? They're doing the front of it, but it's not closed. If you go around to the back, you go see that beautiful old building. Also in that beautiful old building is the Fort Worth Livestock Museum. Go in there and check that out. Folks, it's got some really great things in there. Like one is a bad luck wedding dress, okay? I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but any woman that wore it, her husband didn't fare too well, okay? So you go check that out. We also got a light bulb in there. It's in the Guinness World Book of Records. It's been burning continuously for 114 years. Okay, we want to do a shout out. Of course, I told you that down here we have guests, and we got the ABC Homeschooling Co-op, right? All right, look at them down there. Isn't it great? We always have, you know, the younger generation, you know, down here, how great they are, because they're going to be taking care of us one day, right?
One day.
Now then, also, we got that museum in there. We've got the John Wayne Experience Museum. Only museum in the world dedicated to John Wayne that is run by his family. Because it's his family, you'll go in there and you'll see things like all his costumes from the major movies. You'll see his Oscar that he won for True Grit, even the patch that he wore, his personalized car, things like that in there, and it's just truly magnificent. So check that out. Now, folks, you're in the historic Fort Worth stockyards. May not sound like a lot to you. All you're seeing probably some bricks and mortar. But you realize that Fort Worth, Texas was the wildest western town ever. Sorry, it wasn't Dodge City, it wasn't Tombstone. We'll prove that to you. You'll learn that Wyatt Earp and his brothers lived here. Doc Holliday, Bat Masterson. This was even the home and the hideout of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Their famous picture that was shown in the movie was actually made right down here on North Main. Come with us on this historic walking tour at 12 o'clock. It's only 1 hour. Folks, you're going to laugh, you're going to cut up. I guarantee I'm going to show you a good time. Even though it's only $8 a person, it'll be the best tour you've ever taken. I promise you that. So come and join us. If you want to get tickets to that, it's down here at the Stockyards station. You'll see the sign over the road there. Right next to it is the Cowtown Maze with the flags flying. That's where you purchase your ticket. Yes, on this 1 hour tour, we're going to laugh, we're going to cut up. It's not a lecture, we're going to converse back and forth. I'll answer any questions y'all might have because there's just too much history to even cover in 1 hour. Talking about history, you're here to see the cattle drive. Fort Worth, Texas, the only city in the world that has a cattle drive twice a day. Do we do it for show? Absolutely not. This is our history, this is our legacy. See, after the Civil War, when the folks came back to Texas, our economy was devastated like most southern states. We were in poverty. The only thing we had, though, that the other states didn't have was cattle. We had several hundred around here, but when they came back after the war and they went down by Houston and San Antonio, they found a herd of longhorns numbering over 5.5 million walking around for free. You just had to rope them, branded, they became yours. Now that might sound like a good deal, but remember anyone could do that. So they just wasn't worth very much money. If you spend all day pushing one out, you'd be lucky to get one to $4. But up north, there's a completely different story. Those folks up there, when they went back after the war, they were working in factories. They're making good money. However, they have one major problem. No McDonald's. No, in all seriousness, they had no beef. Their beef died from neglect during the war. What little they had, they used to support the Union troops. So they were starving for cattle. They told the Texans, if there's some way you can walk a cow 800 miles, see, that was the distance between Houston and Abilene, Kansas. If you could walk one 800 miles, they told the Texans, we'll give you $40 to $50 a piece. Now we're talking serious money back in 1866. But they said it couldn't be done. Everyone knows you can't walk a cow 800 miles. Well, folks, never ever tell a Texan they can't do something when money's involved. We're going to find a way to do it. We knew these longhorns could walk 10 to 13 miles a day. First problem, find a trail or a path. That was known as the Great Eastern Trail. Later on, it became known as the famous Chisholm Trail. Now, after you walked the cow 400 miles, yeah, they were about dead. But if you could find a place that's lush with grass and water to rest them 4 or 5 days, each cow would drink 30 to 40 gallons a day. They'd almost eat their weight in grass. But yet they could get enough stamina to make the next 400 miles. That magic place was this valley that you're in today. See, everything come together perfectly. Fort Worth, Texas was the last stop on the Chisholm Trail that they could resupply their chuck wagons. And also, 2.5 miles north of this valley was that lush grass and water. So from 1866 to 1890, 4.5 million head of cattle, the largest migration of domestic animals in the world, took place. They walked right up that Chisholm Trail, right through the middle of the streets of Fort Worth, and was dead down here. The average size of a cattle drive was 18 to 2,200 head of cattle. So on a normal day, there'd be 4,000 to 5,000 rescued in this valley. As people looked from the old fort, about 2.5 miles up the road, they saw nothing but a sea of cattle where you're standing at today. And Fort Worth became known forevermore as Cow Town. Well, they spent their money here. Fort Worth started growing. Then in 1876, we got a train. What better place in this valley lush with grass and water to build stockyards? Then in 1902, Swift and Armstrong had to move down and build the most modern, cleanest stockyards in the world. Well, folks, we never look back. When these cattle walk down the street, imagine each one of them representing over 100. So folks, one more time, we want to welcome you to Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome to Stockyards, but most of all, welcome to the cattle drive.
Here they come. Doggy.
Y'all have a good day. Good night.
Dog.
Thank you.
It's nice though. Oh, it's a cute costume.
Thank you. Thank you. He'll be right here in a minute.
This is the cow. They're slow and coming. Alright, they're the cows are coming. Cow. Me neither.
Get over from your brother.
I want to see them.
Well, you can see them right now. See? Look. The cow. Alright. They really have long horns. They weren't looking.
I want the horn. Count, Ben. Count it. No.
Oh, you almost lost your shoe, buddy. Alrighty. Now let's see the cows.
Count, Ben. The horns are there.
A lot.
You say ting a cow. It's the wrong horn. Israel? Oh, wow.
They gotta go into the barn. We'll have to see what
Pretty well trained.
they're doing.
That was short.
Yeah, the horses and the cowboys are all in charge of the cows.
Well, that was the cattle drive, I guess.